Today we have the story of Karen, who has a near-death experience and is shown heaven and hell. Please like and subscribe as it helps us to continue publishing more testimonies like this. Karen's story is a journey that speaks to the power of divine encounters and the transformative potential of a near-death experience. Her journey begins in the most unexpected way, marked by sudden tragedy, as a heart attack nearly claims her life. During those fragile moments, she finds herself crossing the veil between life and death, embarking on a spiritual journey that will forever change her perspective on existence, faith, and love. The heart attack, a catalyst for change. Karen, a woman in her 30s, is living a life that, on the surface, appears fulfilling. She is focused on her career, surrounded by friends, and living in a comfortable home. Yet, like many, her day-to-day life is filled with routines that emphasize worldly accomplishments over spiritual reflection. Her relationship with faith is distant. Religion is something she remembers from her childhood but hasn't deeply explored as an adult. This disconnect from her spiritual roots will soon become evident in the way her experience unfolds. The heart attack arrives without warning, jolting her out of the life she knows. She suddenly feels a crushing pain in her chest and collapses. The world around her fades, and Karen slips into unconsciousness. This moment, a terrifying event that could signify the end of her life, instead becomes the beginning of an extraordinary spiritual journey. Descending into darkness, a glimpse of hell. Karen's consciousness returns, but she is no longer in her hospital room or surrounded by familiar faces. She finds herself in a dark, oppressive realm, a place where despair and suffering hang heavy in the air. The atmosphere is thick with sorrow and regret, and Karen can hear the anguished cries of souls around her, pleading for mercy. This place seems to exist beyond the boundaries of time, and each moment is filled with an overwhelming sense of hopelessness. As she looks around, Karen notices the tortured expressions of the people surrounding her. Their faces, etched with agony, reveal a desperation that shakes her to her core. The darkness itself feels alive, pressing in on her, magnifying the fear and sorrow that fill this place. Though she tries to reach out, she is met only with shadows and the eerie echo of cries, as if each soul is trapped in its own private torment. It is in this horrifying place that Karen hears a voice unlike any she has ever known. It is both compassionate and firm, resonating with authority that penetrates through the darkness. The voice says, "This is the consequence of a life without love and faith." These words pierce through her, resonating in a way that makes her heart ache. She realizes that the darkness she is witnessing is not merely a punishment, but a reflection of lives lived without connection to the divine, without love and forgiveness, and without purpose beyond personal gain. A shift in perspective. The consequences of a loveless life. This revelation strikes Karen deeply. Until this moment, she has never truly pondered the significance of love and faith in her own life. She begins to understand that her existence, devoid of spiritual depth, has contributed to her feeling of emptiness, and she recognizes the consequences of living without compassion and forgiveness. This realization grows as she observes the suffering souls around her, each of them seemingly trapped in cycles of regret and bitterness. The oppressive weight of the experience threatens to overwhelm her. She feels as if her own soul is tethered to this place, burdened by her own past indifference toward faith and her reluctance to open her heart fully. Just as despair begins to take hold, Karen senses a change, a soft light penetrating the darkness, pulling her upwards, away from the realm of torment and despair. The ascent to heaven. A revelation of divine love. In an instant, the darkness dissolves, replaced by a brilliant, warm light. Karen feels herself being lifted, and she is filled with a profound sense of peace, unlike anything she has ever known. The oppressive weight that had surrounded her fades away, replaced by a sense of lightness and freedom. She is being carried, not by her own will, but by a force that feels comforting, loving, and undeniably divine. Karen soon realizes that she is in a place that can only be described as heaven. It is a realm of indescribable beauty, filled with vibrant colors and a harmony that touches the deepest parts of her soul. She is surrounded by a light that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere, embracing her in warmth and peace. In this place, she feels a profound sense of belonging, a feeling she has longed for without realizing it. As Karen marvels at her surroundings, she notices a figure approaching her, a figure radiating a love so intense that it brings her to tears. She recognizes him instantly as Jesus. His presence fills her with a sense of overwhelming love and compassion, and she feels as though every part of her, even her deepest wounds, is being healed by his gaze. In this moment, she understands the true nature of divine love, a love that is unconditional, boundless, and transformative. Jesus speaks to her, not with condemnation, but with a gentle invitation to embrace a new path. He tells her, "This is what awaits those who choose love and forgiveness." Karen feels her heart swell with a desire to embody this love, to let go of any resentment and bitterness she has held on to, and to embrace a life guided by compassion, understanding, and faith. Returning to life, a new mission. As Jesus speaks to her, Karen feels herself being drawn back toward her earthly life. She feels a tug, a gentle reminder that her journey on earth is not yet complete. Jesus tells her that she has been given a second chance, a chance to return to her life with a renewed sense of purpose. She is to share her experience, to encourage others to choose love over hate, forgiveness over resentment, and faith over indifference. Karen awakens in her hospital bed, surrounded by concerned doctors and family members. Though she is weak and disoriented, a sense of peace and clarity fills her heart. She realizes that her experience was not a mere hallucination but a profound spiritual journey that has given her a new lease on life. Karen is no longer the same person who collapsed just moments before. She has been transformed by her encounter with divine love, embracing the path of love and redemption. Once Karen recovers, she begins to share her story with anyone who will listen. She speaks about the darkness she experienced, warning others of the consequences of a life lived without love, faith, or forgiveness. But more importantly, she shares the beauty and peace of heaven, the radiant love of Jesus, and the incredible gift of redemption that is available to all who seek it. Karen's story inspires those around her, igniting a spark of faith in those who have long felt disconnected from spirituality. Her words carry an authenticity and power that touch the hearts of even the most skeptical. She does not preach judgment or condemnation, but instead invites others to experience the love and forgiveness that transformed her own heart. In the months and years that follow, Karen dedicates herself to a life of service, seeking ways to bring hope and compassion to those in need. Her life becomes a testament to the power of divine love and the beauty of a life lived in faith. She finds joy in helping others, in being a beacon of light for those struggling with their own fears and doubts. Through her actions and her words, Karen embodies the message she received in her near-death experience, a message of love, faith, and redemption. Conclusion: the eternal impact of Karen's near-death experience. Karen's near-death experience serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of love, faith, and forgiveness. Her journey from darkness to light, from despair to redemption, mirrors the spiritual path that many people find themselves on. Her story is a testament to the transformative power of divine encounters and the boundless love that awaits those who open their hearts to faith. By sharing her experience, Karen becomes a vessel for God's message, helping others recognize the eternal significance of their choices. She reminds us that life is more than just the pursuit of worldly success. It is an opportunity to embrace love, to forgive, and to live in communion with the divine. Karen's life, renewed by faith, shines as a beacon of hope, a call to embrace the path of love and redemption, and a reminder that even in our darkest moments, we are never truly alone.